everybody, welcome to this week's Chic on the Cheap. This week I took a challenge from my mom. My little sister just graduated from high school not too long ago, and she was left with a graduation robe that she had to buy and couldn't return and didn't know what to do with. So my mom was cleaning out all her closets and said, hey, why don't you try to make a dress out of this old graduation robe? So I figured there's probably a lot of people out there with old graduation robes from high school or college. So if you still have one in your closet and you want to turn it into a cute dress, here's a way to do it. Here's what I started with. This is the before, my sister's graduation robe, and pretty standard. Almost all of them come in this style. So my first step was to cut off the sleeves. I didn't bother to use a seam ripper. I just took my scissors and cut right below the seam and took the sleeves off. But do save the sleeves because we're going to use them later on in the dress. So go ahead and start by cutting off the sleeves right at the seam where they're connected. Next, I put the dress on inside out and backwards, and I pinned the armholes shut to where it would fit me all the way up to the waist. Now don't pull the armholes closed completely because you'll poof out the back. Just go from right to where they meet comfortably down to the waist, and as you can see I sewed one seam from where they comfortably came together down to the waist. And this is what it looks like on the outside when you do that. I left it open the rest of the way down the dress and it just kind of makes a pleat. Next, I marked off where I wanted to hem the dress. I cut the dress there and just hemmed it up, gave it a real simple hem. Now we're going to go back to those sleeves. So get one of the sleeves that you have. Now the problem with a graduation gown is once I cut those arms off, the armpit holes are huge and you can't pull them together all the way to the top because it will make the back pooch out really bad. So what I did was to create little spacers, and all you have to do is cut out 2 triangles that you're going to sew into that empty extra space in the armpits. They do not need to be very big. Maybe the width of your palm would be good enough, and just cut out 2 of them. Once you have 2 cut out, you're going to pin them right sides together. Use that seam from the end of the cuff of the sleeve as the top part of your armhole, and just pin them there, sew them in place, and this is what they look like once you have them sewed in place. After this, just sew a seam to finish out the armholes and you are done with your dress. I added a belt to kind of stylize it a little bit and give it a little bit more shape, but once you finish off those edges you have cute cap sleeves on the top and the dress kind of poofs out because of the seams that you made. Really easy, just a few steps. Here's the back of the dress. The zipper from the front becomes a back zipper for the dress. And here is a before and after. So if you have an old graduation gown, this is a cheap way to get a really cute little light summer dress to wear. Also, because graduation robes are usually made out of a synthetic, and usually a cheaper synthetic, you want to make sure that you go back on the inside of the dress and either zigzag or serge all of your seams, otherwise they're going to fray really bad. So if you want it to last a little bit longer, go back in with either your zigzag stitch and zigzag over the edges, or if you have a serger, you can go back and serge the edges so they have a nice finished edge. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, this week, and remember to join me right back here next week for more money-saving ideas that will make you look good.